Alright, Haytham Gruxton here. I probably look terrible right now. I'm in the middle of filming a video. But I gotta wait for some shit to dry, paint wise. So I'm a bit behind, but trying to stay busy. I made a video talking about Spray Paint Alley, place where I get the painting done. I want to make a video on props. Now, these behind the scenes videos are mostly for me. I understand they're not going to get a lot of views. It's something for me, and if really in 5 years, if I'm like depressed and unmotivated to make art, I can go back and look at these and maybe they'll offer some advice. It's a good time capsule for right now, and hey, the advice will be useful for some people at least. So meandering aside, I want to talk about props. Like just some like basic tips because I've built a lot of props. Um, for me, like this robot, for instance. The good examples, robot character. This reused toy, candle lid, socket, just a red circle out of paper that so it looks like a light. Piece of a broken children's toy. Some of that's broken clothes rack shit in there. This is the old broken metal shelf from childhood. This is a popcorn display that I took. You could tell, yeah, it's a popcorn on the back. And these camera angles I know aren't good, but that's what it is. My whole point with props is like, anybody who like would watch my videos would think, oh, this guy, like, his main expense, aside from the technology or whatever, like, like that's one-time purchases, but like his most regular expense with video making is props. But actually, I spend very little on props. Like, I spend maybe more on hot glue, but like spray paint is the thing I spend the most on. But as for props, I'd say 90 plus 95% of all the props I make are just made from like shit I get for free. I work at a grocery store, so I can like I'll show you. Actually, like, well, one prop thing. I'm always rambling these fucking things. Like these old Maxwell coffee containers. I fucking utilized a shit ton of them recently, and I'll show you. But like, it's my backpack I take to work, right? What's inside it? Okay. My keys all fucking caught up in it. Sorry, might have missed that. My keys got caught in this. But, so I got this, right? It's a random piece of, like, trash that folds out and shit. I got this piece of random plastic. I'm gonna hack it up. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But eventually I'll be able to use it. So I'm gonna head over to the storage room real quick. Alright, so I'm in the storage room. I got that shit here. Let me move the ladder. And this is a bag where I just put random shit I get from work. So I put this in the bag. And like, I've got like tons of random shit in here. Again, I don't know what I'm going to use that net for yet. But eventually, maybe in 6 months or something, I'll have a use for it. Cold brewed. I'm hacking up coffee container lids right now because of my devil costume. It's like this mask, right? The satanic mask that I made. It's kind of like a samurai. Inside's not pretty. Doesn't matter. It functions. Like, some old fucking... Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I remember. It took me a sec. Like, these little solar shit that you plug and you stab into the yard. Like, they had suns on them. And it might have been that with sprinklers. That's some, like, random shit you put in the yard. But I just took the stakes off, painted them white. They were yellow. Plastic bottle. Cold bird. Yeah, and, like, we average out this and, like, the paint I used on this, less than $10 to make this. It takes a while. This, coat hanger, bottle, some, fucking, caps, hacked up coffee lid. Like, see, step around this real quick. Again, this isn't like... The one thing I hate about making this type of video is I don't want to seem like I'm gloating. A fat guy in his mid-20s, or early 20s, so hold on to my youth. I'm a fat guy in his early 20s living with his parents, not like working a shitty minimum wage job, making dumb little props. This isn't to brag. It's just, I may be off for advice, but it's mostly for myself. But, see, like, this one's obvious, it's old gloves. Say, look, that's just cardboard caps. It's all same plastic bottle was used for both of these. Like this, well, elements for this, but when there's a, but like this is just that coffee container. So you can see, like, you don't have to spend a shit ton of money on shit. Like this news desk for Crances Canyon, like, this is just, I have an old, fucking really old TV, like an old wood grain one. My job, again, you know, there's benefits to my job, but like, I just took a flat piece of cardboard, they're free, we got a shit ton of them. They come from the pallets, we use them in the compactor. Let's take one, paint it brown. And, one thing, and again, it's not meant to be egotistical, I'm just offering my maybe useful advice, or just from my perspective. Aside from, like, when it comes to props, my main advice is reuse, reuse, reuse. One man's trash is your fucking prop building. Like, just get random shit. If you see, and like, if you see something that looks cool, that's a good sign too. Like that popcorn display for the robot. Like, that's such a unique design that as soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta get my hands on that. Same with the minute rice display. It's shit. I'm gonna convert it into an old looking TV for a video. This one, which I've added some like extra stakes to it. That's one of my devil demon fucking costume. That was just a broken fucking piece of a pallet that I saw, and I was like, oh, I gotta get my hands on that. Now, fucking 2.5, 3 months later, finally got a use for it. Heavy duty cardboard things. Haven't used them yet, but eventually I will. Like, I guess my main philosophy I'm just trying to get by is like, reuse, reuse. Like, there's plenty of shit around. Like, use your environment. I live in a house that's like falling apart and shitty. It's like a hoarder's home. You saw the outside in the Spray Paint Alley video. I have tons of trash around. It's fucking nightmare. But I use it to my benefit. I'm able to pull random trash and shit. Like, just take advantage of your environment. Whatever you have. Whatever type of job you have, maybe it doesn't have a bunch of shit. Maybe you go in, you fucking do the cash register, so that's it. Then that's not an avenue for you. But I'm sure there are other avenues. That old plastic bottle you drank out of might be useful. And it's probably going on too long. I feel like, hopefully I'm making the point. Or it's just like reuse, reuse, and always be on the lookout for shit you can take home. And like this is the side of a character, the octopus with a cowboy hat. It's very hard to see. It's within the DIY arcade video. Its legs. It's 2 empty vodka bottles I filled up. That's water. That's stability. Like, so I spent nothing on that. There's old stuff animal had laying around. Aside from like the cost of the hot glue, which is basically nothing when you average it out by a stick. Like, just, it's not that expensive. It's more time consuming. But, you know, expense wise, like, you know, it's not too crazy. And now I'm just rambling. Oh, before I go, I'll show one other thing. The mistake I've made with videos is like, I've built physical props when they could have been digital. So then it's like maybe extra work, but I don't know, it's kind of cool that it exists. And I mean, ultimately, why you could make it digital, like when it goes to filming it, you know, it works well. An example of that, the DIY arcade video 2. That's old TV switcher box and 2 of those TV video converters. I made this robot looking character. Completely free. Yeah, and this isn't the brag, you know, because I do spend money on props, costume pieces and stuff, like that clown costume and that hat and shit. Didn't build those, obviously. Um, Now one benefit too, and I didn't always do this. Like I used to use paper plates and stuff, but like I just keep some of these on hand. Now, this one's already been painted, but usually it's white. I like the most ridiculous mask is let's see if I turn my torch on. Like the can't remember the character's name. Damn it, I should know this. But yeah, this is that's just an old photo scan I got from Goodwill. It didn't work. Flashlight, obviously, just an old shitty camera holding thing that didn't work well. Yeah, it's reuse, reuse, reuse. Don't mean to ramble on forever, but I feel like you get the gist of it. Now, go out in your environment. Look for cool shit. Like, unless you're literally on a Hollywood production where things actually have to look like amazing crystal clear 4K. Like, even they use like random shit sometimes. But even if you're in that scenario, or if you're in this the regular scenario, just make YouTube videos. Reuse, reuse, reuse. Always be on the lookout for shit. You can make your budget for props 90% less. One thing I also want to add on real quick. I thought the video was over, but it's still going somehow. Don't be afraid to throw props away. Now look, there's little props like that robot character. Like I've kept little props over the time that are cool and interesting. But like, what you gotta understand is like a prop, it's usually, if you're following this philosophy, it's gonna be made out of like boxes and bottles and like shit that would have been thrown away anyway. So just because you make it, don't feel an obligation to keep it. Like I had some giant mass that took up a bunch of room. I threw it away. Because eventually it's like you can't, like at least for me, I don't got enough room. Keep little props and shit, but like a lot of the props, especially the big ones that are in the way, they're made from material that would have been thrown away anyway. All you did was just like temporarily borrow them from the system, and now it's time to return them back. Like, so don't feel guilty about throwing away. These props don't exist, and like they're not, they're inanimate objects, and they would have already been destroyed in a landfill if you had not fucking got to them. So remember, you're temporarily borrowing them from space and time. It's something like that. You get my gist. I just want to add it on because that's something I struggle with. But like, this will be thrown away. I'm gonna keep the mask because it looks cool. I keep all the masks but like, this will be thrown away. Like, Vingroff the Demon is a retired character. This like, don't feel like you got. I mean, if like I have some characters like Al the Alien Alcoholic, he's a reoccurring character. I'm not gonna throw the mask away. I need it. But like certain characters that are one-off props, like I'm never gonna use that fake game controller again. So that's gonna be thrown away. And I think that's just like you have to do that, like, or else you become a hoarder like me, and that's something you don't want.